Hi, my presentation is called Rage Against the Machine, and you'll only get that reference if you are of a certain age. But the reason I call it Rage Against the Machine is because the central tenet of my presentation is, while I'm supposed to be talking about my characteristics that make me a good online teacher, I'm actually pretty much of an iconoclast. So instead, I want to talk about autonomy, mastery, and purpose, because I really liked that RSA feed that talked about what really motivates people. That has a lot of application in my academic life and also in my community service life. So let's talk about autonomy. Come over here, autonomy. You go away. All right, autonomy can be defined as self-government. And what happens when people feel like they are governing their own fates is that it makes people feel empowered. Here is a Mujahideen warrior, also somebody just emerging from a swimming pool, that I inserted. As you can see, I couldn't figure out how to rotate photos within Poplet. I suspect that you cannot, and you must rotate them outside of Poplet. But as it is, he's horizontal. Okay, so that's autonomy. Let's see what else we've got to talk about. Mastery is our next topic. Mastery as a motivational factor for learning is defined as a high level of skill. When you have a high level of skill, it makes what you're doing more pleasurable and more self-reinforcing. I could even invoke the phenomenon of flow, which is you don't even realize time is passing when you have mastery over a topic. And I included this illustration of me buried by a stack of textbooks because this is what writing textbooks is like for me. Lastly, we have purpose. Come over here, purpose. And purpose can be defined as something having meaning in a non-trivial way. And I think that makes calculations of time and effort involved in the activity meaningless. And an example I have here is a picture of a friend of mine who does not mind giving up a Saturday morning, does not consider it effort to raise money to combat hunger. So overall, I think he's onto something when our speaker says that the best ways to motivate people, particularly in a learning environment, is through giving them autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Thank you.